In this video, we'll walk through setting up your development environment, which is essential for writing, testing, and debugging JavaScript code. We'll cover installing a code editor, a web browser, Node.js, and some indispensable extensions that will make your coding experience much more enjoyable. Let's dive in. To begin, we need a code editor for writing our JavaScript code. There are lots of code editors available, but Visual Studio Code, or VS Code, is highly recommended. This powerful, highly extensible, and open source code editor is developed by Microsoft, and it is very handy. To download VS Code, head over to code.visualstudio.com or just search VS Code in Google and select the version compatible with your operating system. For this tutorial, I'll be using Windows. Now, for your web browser, you can use lots of different web browsers, but Google Chrome is recommended due to its outstanding developer tools for debugging and code inspection. You can download Google Chrome at google.com/Chrome. Next, Node.js. Now, in addition to a web browser, we'll also need Node.js to run JavaScript code outside the browser and work with various tools and libraries. Node.js is a JavaScript runtime that allows you to run JavaScript on the server side. Visit nodejs.org to download and install the latest LTS. It stands for long-term support version. If you select the current version, it's okay. It'll have the latest features, but sometimes it can be a bit unstable. Now, the great thing about VS Code is the extensions. VS Code has a lot of handy extensions that will enhance your development experience. So once you've installed Visual Studio Code, head over to the Extensions tab. You can get there by clicking Control-Shift-X or searching for extensions, or on the left-hand side, if you see this little box here, go ahead and click on that. Now, the first thing I want you to download is something called Live Server. This extension allows you to run a local development server with live reloading, making it easier to view changes in real time as you code. Click the Install button to add Live Server to Visual Studio Code. Now, after that, let's go ahead and search for Prettier. Prettier is a code formatter, widely used code formatter that automatically formats your code for improved readability and consistency. Click Install here. And after that, we are going to install ESLint. Now, ESLint is a linter that aids in detecting and resolving issues in your JavaScript code, ensuring better code quality and adherence to best practices. Click the Install button and add ESLint to Visual Studio Code. So now that we've installed those extensions, let's configure Prettier and ESLint. So to do that, click File, Preferences, Settings. And in your settings, to format Prettier, we can click Format on Save. Now, if you click this guarantees that your code is formatted every time you save the file. After that, we can search for ESLint, and there's a couple options here. There is run on save or run on type. Now, by default, this will come with on type. I prefer on type, but it can get a little annoying because you'll see, you'll be updated as you type. So it can get a little annoying. You could go with on save. I like on type because I like to immediately be able to fix my errors. So for now, I'm going to leave it on type. But if you find that this becomes a bit annoying, you can click to on save. All right. Okay, now let's go ahead and create a sample project for our VS Code. So I've created 3 files here: an index.html file, index.css, and index.js. And if you're not familiar with how they all interplay with each other, HTML is the backbone of our project structure. VS Code comes with a handy image tool. So you could just type this exclamation mark and hit tab, and it will create the boilerplate for you. Then in the header, you can just type link, hit tab, and it creates the link tag, which enables you to import the index.css file. Now in the body, you could just type in script and the script source right here, and that automatically imports the script tag. So you can import the index.js file. So VS Code is very handy because of Emmet. It allows you to speed up the coding process a lot by providing a lot of by filling in a lot of boilerplate for you. Okay, so this is our sample project. How about we make an H1 tag that says hello world. Now, the great thing about Live Server is we can see this live as we update. To use Live Server, we click Alt, hold down Alt and LO, and what will appear is a Live Server version of our code. So we have hello world. If we were to change it to, let's say, JavaScript masters. Okay, so we can see that this would still show up as JavaScript master. So that's the power of Live Server. We can see our changes in real time. Okay, great. Now, this is basically everything you need to get up and running with your environment. Now, there are some other useful extensions, so I recommend playing around with the extensions marketplace. And also, of course, if you want your VS Code to look as good as mine does, you might want to play around with the different themes. I believe the theme that I'm using. So if you want to search, you can hit Control-Shift-P and theme, and you can change your color theme. So right now I'm using GitHub Contrast Rain Glow, and I have a ton of themes installed. So you can just select any theme you want and make your VS Code look as good as you want it to look. So that's it for this video. In the next video, we will discuss the very fundamentals of JavaScript. By the way, if you found this video useful at all, remember to hit like and subscribe, and let's watch the next video now.